Oh my god!
Dead. Go on. Dead.
Oh, good win.
That's 22. Oh my god! Oh my.
Oh my god!
Hardpoint identified.
Oh my god!
good win.
Only 2. 22. Oh my god!
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my god!
Hardpoint identified.
Oh my god!
Dead. You're on. Dead.
Oh, good win.
Only 2. 22. Oh my god!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in to this matchup today.
We are excited to bring you this GsPack versus Vortex Purple matchup right now, and it seems as if we have an interesting matchup. And I got my co-caster over here, Raven. How's it going?
It's going, man. You know, I'm excited to cast some Call of Duty tonight. You know, a couple days away from the holidays, obviously. So, you know, at least we're able to get a match in before, you know, we all take that very much needed vacation.
Yes, indeed. If I didn't mention, I am Kryptonite, and we are going to be your casters for today. So let's head on over into the matchup. As you can see over here, we got some action going on. Dory, I'm trying to grab someone up top over there. Unfortunately for him, unable to grab any frags. Aqua putting down some shots, ending up with that frag and getting in on the hill time. That's it for a handful of seconds. So right now we have 27 seconds right now. And well, now we have a little bit of time for Aqua and crew in the hill as we get into this little bit of scrap time for this next rotation.
Yeah, as you can see, the way that GsPack kind of played that P1, you know, being able to get in and out of that market, trying to stay alive. I believe that was going to be Seb as well. You know, kind of interchanging his life a little bit. Obviously, now you got the side of GsPack on that early P2 hold, as it is going to be only one player from the side of Vortex Purple there to contest, but he is going to drop. But, you know, the unfortunate bad spawn towards that back blue to the side of Vortex.
Yeah, not exactly the favorable one, but that being said, Hell putting out some shots, not able to fully connect with the killing below. And as I see that little pistol coming out over here with Hell, and does indeed meet his makers. Kryn up top over here, putting down some shots, grabbing one, then ultimately traded out immediately right after. And this is a very close match, as you can see here. Lead change about to occur any moment now, as we have some more gunfights going down. Aqua putting down some shots as well, taking down Kryn up top. One more Aqua, can he get it? Yes, he does. Opts to go up top over here as well. Can he get the second one? Yes, he does. Can he get this third, or is he gonna get cut down? He gets cut down.
No, I do gotta say, it was a pretty interesting hold for the most part off the beginning of that P2 for the side of GsPack, but obviously Vortex just being able to break through the front line a little bit. You know, I feel like the power positioning from the side of GsPack wasn't as strong as they really wanted it to, but now you see on that P3 rotation now is going to be Vortex Purple trying to increase their lead now up by 20 points, trying to get to break that 30 margin here pretty soon. It is going to be GsPack though hitting from the front line. 2 dead now for the side of GsPack. The pistol coming out, but Aqua getting turned and burned by Hell. Hell is all by himself, trying to wait for some reinforcements as he's trying to value his life just a little bit, but the team at GsPack is there. Those are going through. The contest is in, and the break is in as well. GsPack down only 21 now, with last 18 seconds left on his P3.
Yeah, and these last couple of seconds for scrap time are definitely going to be a very important part of this match going forward, because, well, if the match is very close, then scrap time can definitely make or break a win right now on this map number 1 of Scar. As we can see, lead change, or rather lead 80 some odd points right now over on the side of Aqua and crew. And oh, those 2 shots, Aqua picking up that top guy as well as he hits it up with his teammates. Never mind, as I say that, he has to go from the left-hand side over here. He gets one. That was a sneaky little play. Kryn was not expecting that, but then Aqua ultimately gets traded out immediately after that. And we are going into this 40 some odd seconds left in this kill. And Thorium trying to grab the back spawns, grabs one, but ultimately traded out right afterwards.
Yeah, you know, just the way that Vortex Purple is playing, you know, and I feel like it was kind of like the series I casted, I think it was last night over the XP League, was they're very much of a team that's just retaking in the front line. You know, they're not really taking a whole lot of routes. They're really just hitting, just bashing in, and it's working every single time. So realistically, for the side of GsPack, they gotta try to hold down those power positions a little bit better and kind of interchange those, you know, creddy, you know, ratty-like corners. But obviously now you see a lead change go for just about 2 seconds here, as it's going to go to the second, or sorry, going to the P5. I keep forgetting there's a P5 on this map, but it is going to be scary for the side of Vortex. Does end up dropping, as it is going to be a little bit of a backline push for the side of GsPack, trying to break through the back, but Vortex still holding the front line as much as they can. Down goes Hell, down goes Kryn as well. Actually, no, Kryn's gonna get 2. He actually ends up getting him. Down goes Vortex. Now it's all to number 1 Aqua, as he is gonna be up top. He's gonna be the, you know, the key leader there on the side of Vortex, going 17-11 currently on that 2 streak.
Yeah, definitely interesting how we are going to, you know, watch this map unfold. Hell putting out some shots as well, trying to switch that pistol and pick it up, and he does. He gets a nice little two-piece. Holy Fighter, not holy enough there, but Thorium puts down some shots, and Aqua says, not today, son. Today is my day. Vortex grabbing that trade immediately afterwards as well. Seb's not doing the dirty there. He got destroyed in that little altercation there, and we have 126 right now to 108 scoreline between these two teams as we go into this next rotation. 50 seconds left, of course. We just broke into this one. What will we see? Is it going to be a whole easy peasy kind of round right now, or hard point, or is it going to be a bit more of a mixed Sierra washy hard point? We'll have to wait and see, folks.
You know, I'm gonna put my 2 cents into that. I feel like it's gonna be kind of wishy, you know, because right now so far it's been pretty close. You know, teams inside of Vortex kind of take like those big 30 to 40 point leads, and then, you know, it slowly kind of dwindles a little bit, then they come back, take the leads again, and it dwindles back. But, you know, it's going to be side of Vortex, obviously up 151 to 117 here. Aqua is the big man on the 8 streak, going 28 and 12. Voltic on an 18 and 12 on a 4 as well. And Voltic also, I wanted to point out, 2 minutes in Hill. Like, the guy is doing it all.
Yeah.
Dude.
OBJ to the max.
And getting kills, getting the hills. Now, the P2 rotation is pretty key here. It is going to be in favor of the GsPack boys, as it is going to be 123 to 157, as they try to potentially switch the lead change yet again. But it's going to be number 3, though, getting that off spawn in the back. That's going to be Scare. He is going to try to pinch through the opposite side, does end up taking down 1, and the break is in for the side of Vortex.
I'm interested to see if maybe at 29 and 14, if Aqua has accumulated any sort of streaks or anything that can maybe help his teammates in that regard for breaking these kills, or even just holding off the reinforcements while they have the kill possession. As I say that, well, Voltic has a little bit of possession of his own, which is that frag, that kill went to his favor, but ultimately not able to capitalize on this any further other than maybe the handful of scrap time seconds right there. And that was a nice little well, Delitos, I would say, from Voltic. Thorium, we're gonna see him pushing up over here, grabbing a little bit of unexpected kill as well. Hell did not think he was gonna be laying down there, grabbing that frag. Thorium grabs 1 and then ultimately gets traded out immediately afterwards as well by Hell. Aqua trying to win that gunfight. Unfortunately for him, not able to do so. Seb putting out some shots over here, doing a little bit of the snake, maybe not. 1 pump, okay, and then grabbing the frag and turning around. Did he burn? No, he didn't. He got burned in the end. Krim putting on some shots, grabbing this one. 37 seconds left in this hard point. How much time can we grab here, or is it going to go the other way?
Yeah, you got a 40-point lead now for the side of Vortex, and also I want to, you know, point out Aqua did have that streak in hand, like you were mentioning, and he actually did end up burning it towards like the last 15 seconds of that P2, only able to get 1. You know, so kind of a, you know, questionable streak usage for the side of Vortex Purple there, but nonetheless, still 60-point lead now for the side of Vortex Purple, trying to put this map number 1 away. And ladies and gentlemen, this one is starting to, you know, cast your curse. You know, I said it's going to be a mixy one, and it's looking a little bit of the opposite. But you know what? I still have the trust in the boys. But 2 dead for the side of Vortex Purple. The rotation is in 56 seconds on this time. It's 153 to 213 as the kills are coming through. Gren gets 1, Thorium with 1 as well, but Thorium does get traded out. Aqua taken down as well. It's going to be all up to Holy Fighter 78, which is an amazing tag. I love that name. He does end up getting 1. The Chows are coming through. Voltic is dropping 1 as well. The gunfights are coming through. Vortex is trying to push through, and the break is in. Like I said, I don't understand what Vortex is doing to be able to break it through the front line.
No, definitely. I mean, right now they are struggling to do anything other than win. As you can see, Vortex 228 on the board and then some, and it's going to come down to next kill. Of course, cannot win off of this one, but can make darn sure that it's going to be almost everything except the final nail in the coffin. Aqua backing off with that Omni movement, not able to get anything going for himself there, and 244 and counting this last little bit of hill. 3 seconds. Who's going to take this? Is it going to be Vortex, or is GsPack going to be having the comeback of the night? Let's take a quick peek and see.
Yeah, you got 3 seconds left of your set of Vortex, you know, as you're trying to push through the front line a little bit here yet again for the break, and the break is going to come on through. It should be the side of Vortex potentially coming in, but there's, oh no, the Kobe from Krim comes in. big wins for Kryn. Kryn gets the second one, 183 to 247 is your score line, as the Arts still fighting for this P5 control, as it's still only 3 seconds left for the side of Vortex, but the kills are going in favor of the boys of GsPack. But one final push here in the back line for the side of Vortex.
Kryn!
Oh, Kryn with a 2, Kryn with a 3. Kryn needing the 4th, but he does end up falling. Oh, I was getting excited there, chat.
Kryn was giving it to us there and giving it to them as well. Seb as well with that nice little 2-piece. Third doesn't come into play. 2 seconds left, and we're living one more hold. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say hold, but no. Vortex closes it out. 250 to 205 over GsPack B. Map 1, Scar in the books.
Yeah, I do want to point out, Kryn obviously is using them most there to try to keep the team in it as much as he could in that P5. But I want to shout out Vortex. That man went 35 and 23 with 249 at the time.
True.
Or Vortex, sorry, yeah, Vortex, 35-23.
That's kind of nuts when you think about it. Like OBJ, but also getting the frags. Like that's what more can you ask from a teammate there at that point? You're in hill, basically 3 minutes in hill, and on top of that, you're top frag or very near top frag. Like that's kind of nuts.
Yeah, no, that was an insane map, number one, especially out of Vortex Purple, though, being able to really shut that game out, 250 to 205. As everyone, like I said, I kind of, cast a curse of the curse. I said it was going to be kind of mixy, and then it was not looking as such going into that next rotation of P4 when I mentioned that, and then obviously they broke it within that 41 hill, portion of the map. So, Kryptonite, we get a Scar S&D next. Like, give me
That's
your
gonna
thoughts.
be fun. That's gonna be fun. I'm just interested to see any sniper play, or if it's going to be boomstick or no boomstick this time around. That's really kind of like where my head's at right now, because as you can see, both teams can get their kills. They can do what they need to do. It's just gonna come down to who's more effective, and or if we have a sniper and if they're gonna shine. We'll have to wait and see. What about you? What are your thoughts?
I do gotta say, I feel like Scar S&D is probably one of my favorite S&D maps in the pool. I'm kind of curious to see how the ARs do on either side. Obviously, you saw the AR play a little bit slower on the side of GsPack in that hardpoint, so I'm kind of curious to see if they can, kind of pick it up and be more upbeat with each other. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Excited for map 2, Scar, coming up soon. I'm not sure if we're going to take it to a quick break or if we're going to keep on, waffling and see what's going on over here. But either way, let us know what you think is going to transpire in this map number 2 of Scar. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to watch it play out. And honestly, it's one of those situations where is it going to be a complete and utter domination like we saw kind of towards the end of this map 1 on Hardpoint, Scar? Or is it going to be a little bit more even? Because we do know that some teams are more geared. They're geared more towards like S&D kind of scenarios where they're quote unquote S&D stars. So is it going to be something like that? I'm unsure. I'm not very familiar with either of these teams, but purely based off of the gun skill that I've seen, but also the actual scoreline that we saw here off map 1, Scar Hardpoint, it could very well be a situation where we have a couple of rounds pulling away, one way or the other, and then that's kind of about it. The snowball effect. Not quite sure.
Yeah, like I said, I think this map, in my opinion, is not like any other map in the rotation, like a raid or a den, where like the numbers can just be so like astronomically like favored. I feel like Scar is one of these maps that where no matter what the numbers advantage is, no matter who's got what in their arsenal, whether sniper or utilities, that it can go in any way. So I'm really looking to see. My take is going to be 6-4. I don't have a team that's favored to win. Just 6-4 is going to be my overall ending score line, I think, in this map number 2.
Yeah, 6-4, and I'm curious to see if we're gonna have any ninja diffuses. I don't know if you've seen very many recently, but I have not seen very many in Black Ops 7. So
No.
I'm kind of, I'm kind of excited to see if that's a thing. Tell me, have you seen any ninja diffuses in scrims or anything like that, or in matches?
I don't think so. Not really. No, not this year. And I've seen a lot of teams try to be able to take that advantage and get those
Mhm.
interfuses, be sneaky. But I feel like this game just doesn't give you many openings to do so.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit of a faster pace. So I mean, with the faster pace, the Omnia movement, the wall jumping, that's another thing for wall jump and grabbing information. Like the wall, it opens up a lot of different avenues and just the movement of it as well. Because it's very similar to Black Ops 3 in that sense, but also you have the thought that, hey, if I have a jump or two, that's it. I don't have the actual running on the wall aspect of it. So little jump peek, little jump shot with a sniper, maybe. I'm curious. I'd really like to see that play out. And if it happens, it happens. Last night, I know there was some of that going on with one of the matches that I also casted. So I'm interested if that's going to be this exact same kind of scenario or if it's going to be a bit of a different one. I know Raid was interesting when you peek mid. It's like, well, just jump and you're probably going to end up hitting someone, even if it's not an actual frag.
Yeah, do you guys say Raid is probably one of my favorite hard points to cast? Or sorry, not hard points, S&Ds.
S&D, yeah.
Personally, I wish it was in the hard point rotation this year, and they decided not to put it in. Which I mean, I kind of understand why they didn't, but hey, whatever. So, but it looks like we also have all these players now in the lobby. Hopefully, we're good to kick this off really fast in this map number 2, ladies and gentlemen, because like I say, we're in for a pretty decent series. If map number 1 did end up in that sort of fashion, so let us know in the chat. Who do you guys got winning this map number 2? Do you got the GsPack boys, Mr. Crin and Co, or do you got Aqua and the boys of Vortex Purple? Let us know in the chat so we can also communicate with you guys as well. Appreciate you guys all for tuning in. Shout out to our producer Dre. The guy's an absolute unit. Sitting here
As a whiz.
yeah, sitting here at 7:30. And he could be doing anything else, but he's here with us. So
Passion, pure passion. That's what I call it. Just like these players right now, pure passion in Indeed, trying to get these dubs rather. And well, map 2, Scar, SND, back-to-back scars. I'm just curious also in terms of what roles we're gonna see, because I do know that a handful of times you have maybe like 1 or 2 ARs and then like a sub or two depending on if they're running the boomstick or not. But I mean, what do you typically run when you're playing on Scar?
it just really depends on what the play call is. Defense, I probably run more of like the AR, try to play a little bit deeper, play for more info based. Offense mainly is running the sub or the Dravic, trying to get a little aggressive. I love the A bomb site personally. The B bomb site I feel like is kind of a hard bomb site to kind of really play the post plan on it. A is pretty self-explanatory. You go to upper catwalk. You can play like the lower metal wall. You can even play kind of like a cheeky spot and market and still kind of see the bomb on one sight line I've seen. So that's just my take on it. I've played more. I feel like it was exposure S&D personally than I've played Scars. So.
Yeah. Well, again, folks, these players are almost ready to go. Appreciate y'all and having your patience. Thank you for being with us. I am also kind of wondering in terms of the actual play style. Do you have any information on these two teams and whether or not they like to be a bit more aggressive on a bomb site or just kind of play it safe, play it a little bit on the more slow and methodical side?
I feel like I've seen the side of Vortex Purple play before, and I know they're a pretty aggressive team that I've seen. Um,
Yep.
so I've seen them play a little bit more aggressive on that side of things. Um, but for the side of GsPack, I haven't really seen much of their gameplay. This is my first time, seeing them and actually being able to cast them. But seeing the way that Crin did play in that map
Crash
number
that you
1
can
though,
go.
as he was getting a little aggressive, I feel like that might, kind of lean into this S&D a little bit as well. Try to open up some bloods, potentially playing that life advantage. And another thing, the post bomb plan's got to be a key factor here. I feel like a lot of teams that I've casted this year have been just terrible at post plants. That where they lose the life advantage and they lose the post plant, setup. So, but now we loaded this map number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for joining us for the
Bearing with us.
yeah, bearing with us when we were just rambling on about who knows what. But you know what? We got map number 2 Scar.
Yes, map 2 Scar, and now we can see exactly if it's going to be what we thought was going to happen, or if it's going to go out the window, and then we're going to be like, whoa, none of this is actually what we thought was going to happen. But yeah. Oh, did I just see that? Did I see a sniper? Or am I tripping? I might be tripping.
I hope you're not tripping. Give me a sniper, Voltec. Let's see. Aww. Alright, it's gonna be Kryn though, the first blood.
Ooh.
Going in favor of the boys of Voltec. Voltec, you know, with that, you know, MVP showing in map number 1, trying to show that he is here for map number 2. Scare with 1, Scare with 2, I believe. That's gonna be a quick 4 dead. You know, unfortunately for the side of GsPack, you know, they kind of got picked off, you know, one by one. But Voltec, though, just, you know, just showing up, man.
Yeah, showing up in a big way. I think that was a 2-piece. He grabs the first one, opening frag, and then grabs another one. I don't know how he got that second one, to be honest. That looked like he should have lost that gunfight, or at the very least, not won it so weirdly. I don't know. COD is great sometimes, and then sometimes it's not as great for you, but either way, let's take a quick peek and see any snipers. Doesn't seem as if we have any snipers, but that's okay. That's okay. We didn't have any last time, and the last round was very thrilling. And one person that's going to be Thorium pulling up. Actually, never mind. As I say, that hell is going to be towards mid, putting down some shots and some utility. Player number 6 is going to be Thorium. He might have an application in a second. He does. 2 players try, and they do succeed in taking him down and out for the count. And player number 3 and 5 might come into the notification as well. And that's exactly the happenings right now. As Kryn takes down Aqua, Seb takes down Scare, and this is all a 2 versus 2. Kryn, Seb versus Voltec and Holy Fighter. Who's gonna take this round W?
Yeah, as you see, Seb does end up wrapping back, getting that bomb. You know, trying to plant it towards his A site. It is gonna be a little bit of a slower defensive side. Oh, Kryn with the beamer on the Voltec, getting that retake, getting that little revenge from the round number 1. Now it's a 1v2. Holy Fighter 78 taking on Kryn and Seb. What can Holy Fighter do? Going for the Ninja Diffuse, not going to be the case. Seb with the overlook. Actually, I think that was actually Kryn being able to, you know, solidify their first round, get their feet wet a little bit in the SND. You know, maybe they can feed off this, you know, momentum a little bit. Get in that first round, you know, getting a little bit of confidence built up.
Yeah, definitely confidence, and basically the mental portion, the mental aspect of any competition, but specifically in Call of Duty, and where everything kind of like can really snowball and spiral out of control. Just being able to rein that in and grab your team's mental, even your own, and just say, hey, slow it down, 1 round at a time. That's going to be something that you definitely want to favor. And, well, you want to favor a snipe shot that actually hits the dome, and that didn't happen there, but we did see that. And I think Seb was the one that had it, and he does get taken down. Holy Fighter with that Kobe frag. Aqua pushing up towards Min, grabbing 1. He does indeed grab Kryn. Kryn traded out, traded before that. This is a 1v3 and, well, 1v0, because everybody's dead. That's on the side of WSG, or GPack,
yeah, you know,
rather.
Yeah, no, you're good. Now, I do gotta say, like I said, I feel like the winner of this map is gonna be the ones that are just flying, catching the one, like the other side off guard. And Vortex has done that now. You know, obviously the last round they did that a couple times, but I feel like, you know, the slower they played, and kind of like feeding into the gameplay at GsPack a little bit towards the end of that the second round. That's where GsPack was able to, you know, come up with that first round on the board. You know, that time Vortex Purple just said, you know, F it, I'm just gonna fly at you, gun you down, and get that round, and that's what they did. So it's gonna be Seb though, opening up that first blood onto Voltec up in that top catwalk. Let's see what they can do here for the side of GsPack, as they are gonna be on the offensive side, but the info is gonna be there for Aqua and for the Vortex. Oh, I'm getting a little antsy here, ladies and gentlemen. Kryn pushing up to that bomb site. Being able to get that bomb down onto A. It's going to be Thorium, though, opening it up. Now it's down to hell. Aqua in a 1v4, 1v3 now. Aqua does have the boomstick in hand.
Come on, Aqua. You can do it. We believe in you. Get this quick scope right here. Never mind. Swapping and unfortunate. I was hyped for a second. I was hoping. I was hopeful. That's unfortunate for them. 2 rounds apiece, though. Vortex and GsPack all evened up as we go into this next round, and we have been seeing a couple snipes here and there, ultimately not really doing so much. not doing as much as we might have, hoped, and definitely as much as they had hoped. So are they going to opt to put it away, or are they going to grab the sniper and try once more? Let's take a quick peek at this next round.
Yeah, big win there for the side of GsPack, getting that second round on the board. I still can't get over this guy's Activision name, Holy Fighter 78.
Yeah.
I can't control myself. Yeah, every time I look at it, I just got a smirk on my face. But it's gonna be Voltic though pushing up for the side of Vortex Purple.
Ooh.
Holy Fighter with the blood on the set, but Kryn taking down the MVP of the hardpoint Voltic. As it is gonna be Aqua pushing through this market, electing to back up, trying to play a little bit more team, oriented on this A site. It is going to be number 8 Hell though, inching a little bit up top. But I don't know if the bomb carrier actually is going to be low. It's going to be Hell though, dropping down, does get shut down. 2 down, Holy Fighter coming out, coming alive. But
It's
Aqua
your
taking down
boy.
1. Oh my god, Holy Fighter coming alive in this map number 2.
Indeed. Holy Fighter 70 freaking 8, doing everything for his team. On top of the fact that his name is kind of nice, he's also doing the niceness. Is it going to continue, or is it going to maybe, get stamped out? Not quite sure, but he does seem to have the holiness on his side. So who's to say? 5-2 for his KD and 5-3 for Kryn on the other side for GsPack. Those are your 2 top frags for each of the respective sides. Kryn putting down a little bit of a eye line up top over here, putting down some shots on Voltic, both of them extremely weak. Unfortunately, neither team able to capitalize and get that entry frag rather. And Aqua, Hell, the duo of Kryn and Hell take down Aqua, making this a player advantage for the side of GsPack.
Yeah, big win. The first blood though, 2 dead now for the side of Vortex Purple. And, I do want to point out, Holy Fighter did not have the greatest hardpoint, but he's slowly showing up a little bit in this SSD. Voltic though now stuck in that 1v4 situation. Bomb going down on A, but Voltic is one. Voltic gonna get caught, dick in hand. It does end up getting taken down. Unfortunate for the side of Voltic there, Vortex, they weren't able to really get out of their spawn a little bit. They were kind of pushed back from especially from the backline front. I believe that was Kryn off that top blue, putting down those shots to the person top green. They weren't able to really get out of a green building much. And then when they did, it was just an easy line sight, just dead drop for the side of GsPack.
Yes, 3 rounds apiece. And, well, tail end of that round was kind of hectic. Is this beginning going to be hectic as well? Like we mentioned previously during the break time, is it going to be all hands on deck, or are they going to play a little bit slowly and methodically? Well, Holy Fighter with this holy nade, he gets, oh, never mind. I was excited for a second. One does get taken down. That's going to be Seb with that Voltic boomstick in hand. That trophy dispelled that nade that I thought was a 2-piece. Aqua taking down Hell, and Kryn Voltic, what is he doing? What is this crawl? This is the army crawl, and Kryn capitalizes and then gets traded out nearly instantaneously, and this round is over, folks. Oh my.
I do gotta say, I thought Kryn was about to fumble the bag on the earthworm. Oh no. But big plays out of him. Trying to open up the round a little bit for the side of GsPack, but it's just too strong for the boy of Aqua and the guys of Vortex Purple. As now they take the 4-3 lead. As they are going to be on the offensive side. I feel like this is a key round here for the side of Vortex Purple. Get that second round in a row on the board, build up that easy confidence going into the next round. So, or sorry, they're gonna be on the defense side. Sorry, got my rounds mixed up. Gonna be GsPack on the offense. Thorium with the bomb, going 3 and 6 currently, as he is gonna try to take this chow onto Aqua. And Aqua, no. Aqua getting blooded off the rip. Holy Fighter there trying to assist as well. Let's see what can happen here.
2 streak for Aqua gets cut down, and then Kryn pulling up this little bit of a sneaky play, takes down Scare. 2 versus 4, Thorium and Kryn. Are we going to see anything materialize for them, or are they going to be in no man's land right now? And well, Kryn was in no man's. Voltic takes him down. Bomb seems to be going down. Player number 6 putting that down. And Holy Fighter pushing up this cat over here top, tapping enough shots. Thorium unable to do anything other than just jump for joy as his death is secured. And 1v2. Seb picking up Voltic. Hell putting down some shots. 1 versus 1. 27 seconds left in this 1 versus 1. Seb slowing down the pace. Just chilling back over here. Can he catch him off guard? He does, but it's not enough. Holy Fighter with the holy halo gets the frag win there and the bomb defusal, putting his team up by 5 right now. Oh my goodness gracious me. Vortex Purple up.
My God, I am so I'm bricked. I just can't. I'm bricked, Chad. I'm bricked. Like, Holy Fighter coming out and just, oh my God, thank you, Holy
Right?
Fighter, thank you. That was just an amazing gunfight. I was like, no way, he's gonna lose a round like that, and he comes out and just spits on Seb there in the back. Unfortunately, I feel like Seb also kind of, got that animation though. I feel like, like the taking forever to get up and get the iron down, which is truly unfortunate because I've been in there before. But it's gonna be Holy Fighter taking the first shot down and dropping, but Voltic with the assistance, but he does get shut down as well. Seb trying to get back that 1v1. Thorium gets one as well. It's all just scare. 1v3 bomb down though over by that A site, which is gonna be held by Seb. It's going to be Thorium holding on this outer jet side, potentially to take down Scare, but no shots just yet. Just Scare, just playing his life, just sitting in the deep back, just waiting for somebody from the side of GsPack to kind of overextend, but it's not going to be the case. Scare going to be flanked here by Seb, as it should be about a 5-4 round lead now for the side of Vortex Purple, as Scare is still just running away, just running. Now, finally, 5-4 is our round count. I did predict a 6-4.
6-4 and round 11s are what I live for, because that means both teams had the competitive spirit and ability to actually get rounds strung together. And, at that point, it's really kind of anybody's game. But if it's like a blowout, like a 6-2 or 6-3, maybe even something like that, then it's like, okay, well, they had a couple rounds, but nothing big here. But as you can see, either round 10 is what we're going to call map 2 or round 11, folks. I'm excited to see if there's going to be another sniper pulled out, or if it's going to be a clean, just gunfight on gunfight, reg guns. Map starting right now. Round rather starting right now, as we have a absolute Western showdown with some nades as well. Crim putting down this bomb. Player number 4 might get some tags in. He does indeed. Thorium gets weakened. Holy Fighter having the holy hell aim assist gone there, putting down some shots, reloading, backing off. Seb looking down towards Holy Fighter's Dominion over here, not able to spot him out as he is inside. 4v4, still 30 seconds left in this round. Scare puts down Crin. Voltic as well, putting down Thorium. 4 versus 2. This is not looking good if you're a team GsPack fan. 4v1, and that's all she wrote, folks. 6 rounds for the side of Vortex Purple, 4 for the side of GsPack B. Taking map number 2 and up to 0 is Vortex Purple.
I just want to keep my own horn in the chat. I did predict a 6-4. I didn't say who was going to win, but I did predict 6-4 before the map started. But, shout out to, the boys of Vortex Purple, especially Holy Fighter and Voltic, but Holy Fighter specifically, winning that key 1v1 on Seb in the back, being able to, get a couple 2 pieces as well to really open up the life advantage in some of those rounds, the early map, that S&D. Unfortunately, I feel like in that round 10, Crin did kind of overextend his shoulder a little too much, gave his back up, was able to get blooded there, and at that point, it was just a domino effect for the side of GsPack.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one of those situations where you have everything going right. You're 4v4, everything's chilling, you're still feeling each other out for the first little bit of the round, and then next thing you know, you're like 4-2, 4-1. It's like, what just happened? Domino effect, like you said. But folks, map number 3 is coming soon. Sit tight. We're going to hop on into it, and yeah, we'll see you on the flip side.
Oh my.
Oh my god!
Got two.
Oh my god!
Top left. Dead. Dead. Yo on. Dead. Oh.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and potential animals, if you are here casting with us and chilling, watching some Call of Duty, we're gonna load up in this map number 3, which is gonna be the Scar Overload. And I know we never really touched up on the map set either early on, so I apologize. But you know, I'm also accompanied by Mr. Kryptonite. He's a sure handsome devil. I'm gonna say. As we were going into the map, and now it's a draw. I don't know what's going on. Maybe we had the wrong size. Maybe somebody, you know, forgot that they were on a PP break. Who knows?
Yeah, I
But
mean sometimes it happens. It's okay.
it's all right. So, give me your map number 3 thoughts here, Mr. Crypt tonight. Let me know what are your predictions here.
Well, a lot of the times from what I've seen, teams end up having a lot of scrappiness towards, I guess, each area where the point is located. So it's, you have like last kind of meter or two, or I guess yard, and then it's like, oh, they got cut down. So for me, it's going to be two things. It's going to be, can those home stretch kills happen in time for the actual point to be secured or negated, in which case then it depends on how your gunfights are actually going to be utilized. Because if you're getting kills and you're getting wins but ultimately you're getting points scored on you, then it's like, what's the point, right? It's the same thing as in S&D. You get everything, you kill everyone on the board, but you don't defuse the bomb, then what's the point, right? You have to think OBJ. If you don't think OBJ, then the objective is tossed out the window and you're playing a TDM at that point, which is not happening, right? So gunfights, win your gunfights, but win the important gunfights and make sure that you actually secure those points. Those are the two things that I'm going to be looking out for today for this map 3 Scar Overload. What about you, Raven?
Well, as we load in this map number 3 on Scar, you know, my thing is it's gonna be COD based here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm feeling, you know, how are the spawns gonna really affect this map number 3? Because as he's in the chat now, as I was literally about to reference him, Mr. Z Calamity, you know, one of my favorite casters. We were casting a match last night on a den, and the players were pushing towards that back A point down the stairs by that satellite, and the other team spawned literally right there in front of the courtyard. So I'm kind of curious to seeing how these goal line spawns kind of affect on this map. You know, it's going to be Thorium opening up that first blood for the side of GsPack, but it's going to be hell. Shutting down my favorite player of the lobby, Holy Fighter 78. As this is going to be hell, though, with that EMP in hand, trying to push up towards that B point. Does end up slicing and dicing through, does end up getting the cap.
There you go.
1-0 for the boys of GsPack.
Yeah. I mean, he sneaked right by and did not drop the objective, like I mentioned previously. Oh, okay, the gunfight was a little sloppy there, but ended up taking that W. Was Voltic, and the jump spot. Oh my goodness, Voltic yet again, not Voltic, rather Kryn. Oh my goodness gracious me. But yeah, no, it's a lot of different gunfights going down. Are we going to be able to see a capitalization on them, or is it going to be a lot of just back and forth without any actual fruit to bear? Thorium and crew are pushing up towards this left wing side and putting down some shots. Is actually Aqua and Hell getting trades respectively, and we have just over 3 minutes and 45 seconds rather left in this first half, and Hell rips him off of that heady. Oh my goodness, is that Draven? What's the point of it being a sub? That's like literally the best gun in the game right now, so that's insane. That's insane. And 3.5 minutes left in this half. What are you thinking right now, Raven? What are we seeing? This is kind of nuts.
When you see the Dravik do something like that, man, you kind of think of like the Maddox back in the day. You know, like the gun is a do-it-all AR stuff. It's just landing everything in sight. But now it's number 4 Voltic with that EMP, and he's gonna have that free. You know, I'm gonna use another caster reference, touchdown. In favor for the boys of Vortex as they now even out 1 apiece. But it's going to be Hell getting shut down by Aqua. Big wins for the side of Vortex Purple as they are trying to take the lead here. 2 dead now. Let's see what the side of Vortex Purple can do here. Obviously, you know, a little bit of a flustered start off the beginning of the map. Now they have the mid control. They have the EMP control as well. 2 dead now for the side of Pack, and that's going to be the second point captured for the side of Vortex Purple. Scare and Voltic does that. Down goes Voltic, but it's Scare. They're still on that 3 streak, trying to inch closer. Does get the 4, does almost get the 5, but he does get shut down. Hell with a big trade. Let's see what the boys of GsPack though can do, as they are going to try to hold the EMP down in that middle.
Yeah, and as you can see, Kryn holding that top frag position with 10 and 2 to his name right now for his KD. Ultimately not able to get anything going in terms of streak as of late, but Aqua is indeed creeping up on that double digits as he's at 8 and 7, had a 2 streak, gets cut down, and now trades have gone down. Kryn, Holy Fighter, Voltic, who can get this capitalization? Holy Fighter grabs that little bait off of his teammate that got shot. Did not get killed though. Holy Fighter picks up the EMP and turns and burns. Unfortunately for him, unable to get anything other than those 2 frags, but teammates should be helping him out right there, and that is indeed the case. 3-1 for the side of Vortex Purple. That EMP coming in clutch. Voltic hitting this top over here, getting no kills. Actually, I thought that was going to be his frag that would be secured, but unfortunately for him, not able to do so. Scare putting down some shots, get traded. Never mind. Hell says, hey, 2-piece. Yeah, that's me. 2-piece bikini, and putting down a little bit more of a jump shot and doesn't get anything with it. Thorium with the EMP in hand gets cut down. Just over a minute left in this round.
Yeah, as we inch closer to the second half of this game, you know, ladies and gentlemen, 2-point lead now for the side of Vortex Purple, you know, trying to run away with it, just end the series 3-0. Thorium, though, opening up with a 2-piece. Hell does end up dropping as well, and the EMP just now finally being grabbed by the boys of GsPack as they try to inch towards this A point. But, you know, unfortunately for the side of GsPack, you know, they had 3 dead. Nobody there, though, close enough or even remotely, like, you know, in the surrounding of the EMP until it was a little too late. Now it's Vortex applying the pressure. Holy Fighter with 2, but it's going to be Mr. Aqua shutting down the last player of GsPack as he is going to try to push for this top green control. He does get shut down. The EMP, though, is going to be over here in no man's land. Voltic and Scare just applying the pressure through this outer jet. It's going to be up to Kryn. Kryn ends up dropping. That's going to be, you know, 50 seconds left. I feel it's like chalk it, go next. You know, it's going to be 11 seconds left. You know, big round so far for the side of Vortex Purple.
Oh yeah, definitely coming out hot, having those 2 points in between the side of GsPack, and 20 some odd seconds left here. They do have time for maybe another point if they can string it together. Second point, but it's going to be incredibly difficult. But oh my goodness, that is a 3-piece. Halftime coming down, and there you go. 3-1 for the side of Vortex Purple as we go into second half right now. This is going to be a close match. I think it's going to be a little bit maybe towards Purple. I hate to say it, but I'm leaning towards the side of Purple, or rather Vortex Purple. That being said, Kryn had what, coming up on 20 frags to his name. Meanwhile, Vortex, I think, not so close to it. So maybe the slaying power of Kryn and crew might be enough to get this W, but second half starting, folks, we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, you know, obviously you saw map number 1 going, you know, slaying heavily towards the boys of Vortex Purple. But, you know, a little bit of the fundamentals were in favor of the boys of GsPack. So kind of curious to see how the second round kind of turns out, as it is going to be a 2-point lead here, as kills are going both ways, but nobody really on that EMP just yet. It is going to be GsPack, though, favoring that EMP section, which would be 8 hell in that market. But it's going to be Scare shutting down Thorium, as he is going to be trying to hold down this mid. He does potentially get off timing. Oh no, hell does come from behind, gets 2, Kryn with 1. The EMP, though, in favor of the boys at GsPack. They can go and capture this now. 8 hell trying to hold off the reinforcements of the boys of Vortex Purple. Kryn, no! The kills come through. Holy Fighter and Scare coming in clutch for the side of Vortex Purple.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's those last ditch efforts at the end of each point that you have to capitalize on. And if you don't, it could mean the difference between a win and an L on this map. Like, we've seen it time and time again, where bloodbath after bloodbath, cool, yeah, but then you get towards the end of the point and then, hey, they get cut down right before. So you got to really capitalize on those, and that really just comes down to coordination and making sure your teammates stay up and remain where you need them to be in position. That way you can secure that point. And as I say, that's so much going down right now. Trade and trade and trade. That's all we see. 3.5 minutes left in this last round, this last half. Thorium and crew towards mid, trying to see if they can grab that EMP. Will they succeed, or are they going to get cut down half? And there you go, folks. He got cut down. Holy Fighter picking it back up.
Yeah, you got 3 minutes left on the time. You know, Vortex Purple trying to, you know, end closer to that EMP, but GsPack does end up taking down Voltec and Aqua. Let's see what the, you know, the reinforcements off the goal line can do here. That's going to be Holy Fighter, you know, my favorite player in the whole lobby. He does get shut down, does get 1 though. Kryn with a 3. Actually, he's going to be on a 4 with that EMP as well. The man's doing it all with a pistol, you know, whipping everything in sight, no pun intended, with the pistol in hand there. It's going to be Aqua though he's going to be currently on a 2, potentially on a 3rd here, but the EMP is going to be in Kryn's hands. You know, Kryn with the pistol, I feel like he's shooting better that than he was with the regular gun. So, but Kryn,
31 and 21.
Does take down a second, oh no, the goal line stopped coming through. But it's going to be 7 sliding through. Aqua not being able to stop the 3rd. It's going to be 3-3 now, ladies and gentlemen.
In the span of what, 45 some odd seconds, 2 points scored for the side of GsPack B. Like I said previously, it's going to come down to who can capitalize on those last handful of millimeters in terms of the actual points. So far, can we get the 4th one? GsPack gets the 4th one, and they are in the lead with 2 or so minutes left. Thorium on a 5 spree right now, as he goes absolutely bananas, finally gets cut down. Kryn gets that trade immediately afterwards as well. Seb pushing up. Is he going to point this down? He does point as well. 5 points in their favor, making this a 2-point lead for GsPack. And is that lead going to increase, or are we going to have a sweep, a reverse sweep? Not sure, folks.
Yeah, you know, you got a 2-point lead now for the side of GsPack, and I don't think it's too late to say it. I think we're going to be seeing a map number 4. Yeah. At this point, you know, looking the boys with GsPack coming in clutch, especially Kryn. You know, Kryn getting those 2 caps, as well as 36 and 23 is his KD right now. But he's kind of just doing it all. He's kind of doing the, you know, the Voltic, you know, impersonation. But you know, we may have a cap here if you are Voltic and the boys of Vortex Purple, plus the blue window stand for the side of GsPack in full effect.
Yeah. Full effect indeed. That pistol kill, I thought it was a pistol kill at least, but it turned out not to be a pistol kill. But look. Oh, okay, never mind. It took him a little too long to die there. I don't know what it was. Maybe they were missing some shots or what, but Holy Fighter fighting the fight of his life, putting down 1, grabs the Dravek, 5 bullets, puts down some shots, doesn't get anything going other than maybe a quick little flank behind them. He's behind every single one of them. He gets one, he gets two. Not close enough to get the third or fourth maybe, but ultimately doesn't even finish off that last go. Thorium with the 3-piece. Oh my goodness, big Thorium gets traded immediately afterwards though. Seb 3v5 or 3-5 right now in terms of the actual score count. 18 seconds left. Can we get anything strung? Oh no, I don't think so. I don't think anything's gonna be happening right now, folks. Unfortunately for the side of Vortex Purple, it seems as if this is the end of the road for this map. We are headed to map number 4.
Yeah, map number 4, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be that glorious 10 HP, but it is going to be the side
You
of
mean it's
GsPack.
you mean it's not going to be a 4th consecutive scar? What?
I'm glad. I would really be pissed if it was a 4th scar.
You imagine that, bro? Like
If it was allowed, I would be here right now.
no, that's insane. When I saw the videos, I'm like, wait a second, 2, 3 in a row? That's nuts.
Yeah, no, that's usually how it's been. It's usually a lot of the matches I get den, or what is the
Yeah.
other one? You know, you got scar. You got
Colossus a little bit maybe.
yeah, Colossus. You know, whatever. All the above. There's so many maps I can't even keep count at this point.
Yeah, no, I mean honestly though, I'm excited because a lot of these maps you can actually play out, like especially compared to last year's maps and the maps previously. Like I'm not gonna take maps for granted anymore as we did in previous CODs, or at least I did in previous CODs like 5-10 years ago. So yeah. I'm excited that we have decent/good maps this time around for Black Ops 7 competitive. So I'm not complaining, folks. But you know who might be complaining after that? Vortex Purple, as they had the lead up until half, 3-1, and then something flipped the switch for the side of GsPack, and they said, "Hey, we're gonna get what 5 points? I bet, chill." And that's what they did. 5 points to Vortex Purple's 3, and now we have a map 4. And you mentioned it was Den, I believe, right?
Yep, it is going to be a den hardpoint. So I'm kind of curious seeing how that hardpoint turns out. Obviously, Vortex Purple was able to take map number 1, but as we kind of wait for the players to lobby up, we're going to kick it to a short break. Again, we appreciate y'all for tuning in with us because, you know, you guys are all goats. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, good win.
Only two. 22. Oh my god!
And we are back with this map number 4, Den Hardpoint. We are in for, I believe, a treat because we've seen that both teams can hang on in the slaying department. Both teams can hang in the objective department. And Den is one of those maps where you have so much to give in terms of gunfights that it's kind of nuts. All these different head angles, head glitches, and points that you got to hold down. And Kryn and Aqua are the first into an engagement. Kryn putting out some more shots. Ultimately, Holy Fighter is the one that actually puts in the nail in the coffin. Trades going down. 7 seconds and counting for the side of Vortex Purple. They take the lead as of yet. Nothing in terms of the side of GsPack. Some frags going the way of Thorium and crew, then trades going down as well. Aqua puts down, oh hell, excuse me, what was that? That was kind of nutty. Seb putting down 1, put it down 2, held with that trade. Holy Fighter grabs 1, gets Seb caught lacking there, and we have a handful of points right now for the side of GsPack as we head into this scrap time and next kill.
Yeah, as we're gonna be loading into that, slowly into this hill number 2. Jeez, English is hard.
Yep.
It is going to be the side of GsPack though, with the early control here on this P2, as it is going to be another retake for the side of Vortex Purple, which Vortex Purple are no stranger from, trying to retake, as they were really good at doing that in that map number 1. But it is GsPack trying to force that map number 5, pushing us to a potential, another S&D, which they did lose the first one, 6-4, but, it's going to be GsPack though leading the way 30-23 on this map and on this P2, as there is only about 34 seconds here. The side of Vortex Purple though, they just keep trying to fight from the front, as the kills are going to go in favor of Vortex Purple there. They do end up breaking through yet again through the front. It is going to be number 1 pushing through the back. That's going to be Scare with the pinch. 20 seconds left though on this P2. Should go in favor of the boys of Vortex Purple.
Oh yeah. Looking as you mentioned right now, Vortex Purple should be able to grab this last little bit of time, or at the very least get the rotation down for this next hill that we have coming up. Thorium gets shot from the side. Aqua turns and burns. He was, I think, already weak and ends up grabbing that frag anyway. Grab with the 2-piece. That's indeed the case. Seb pushes up and grabs his trade immediately afterwards, though. 55 seconds left in this fresh hard point, as we see Seb putting out some shots, gets traded out right afterwards as well. More trades, and we have a frag being cooked, rather a Semtex, and nothing in terms of, I guess it was mostly for information, and then it seems as if he didn't seem to get any, but teammates otherwise are still paying attention towards mid, and an engagement happening right now. Kryn gets 1, trades as well, and 30 seconds left. 50 some odd points right now for Vortex, and they seem to be pulling away ever so slightly, but this hill is coming to a close. Let's see if Hell can grab this heady. Yes, he does. He rips him off of that little heady there. And now as we go into this next hill, let's see Thorium. Can he break in, or is it going to be for not?
Yeah, it's going to be, 67 to 60 or 68 to 54. For the side of GsPack taking that lead. Jeez, my monitors are freaking out. It's going to be the side of Vortex, though, trying to get a little bit of early control on this back P4, as they are finally going to be able to get some of that time. As it is going to be GsPack, though, fighting through the front line. Not really what you want here for the side of GsPack. I feel like fighting from the front on this hill is kind of just a death trap scenario, which is kind of looking to be the case. But Kryn, who knows? Kryn was the absolute savior in the last map. He might be able to do it again here, as it is going to be a lead change, 73 to 69. The Chows are going to come through, though. The triple man outer roof Chow. Down goes 2, down goes 3. It's going to be a 1v1 Aqua. I believe it's going to be Seb on the out. It's actually going to be Kryn. Kryn ends up dropping 75 to 70. 20 seconds left on this hill. It's going to be Thorium getting chowed up by Voltic. Voltic with the big beams. Voltic takes down, almost gets another, but does end up dropping. Scare, though, in a 1v1 situation on the outer. Does get shut down. Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, we're in for a treat.
That was insane. Back-to-back gunfights that had some hopping and some interesting aim, as I'll put it, and then Kryn actually grabbing one on the mid statue, and then ultimately does not get the second one that was directly underneath him. Scare putting down some shots, grabbing 1, 2, Voltic, and then making the third as well. 99 actually going on 100 right now for the side of Vortex Purple, as we have 43 seconds left in this hill, and putting down some more shots is Scare. One up top over there is going to be Seb. Is he going to be able to grab this frag, or is he going to just opt to move around? And seems as if that's gonna what's gonna be happening right now. We have 2 players that try to hop in the hill with Thorium and Hell, and well, Voltic said, what are you doing? That's my hill, that's my teammate, and I'm going to get you out of there. And Voltic put in on some more shots, reloading that drawback, who is, well, that is rather the do-it-all gun. Thorium responding and kind of getting a 2-piece, getting a 3-piece. Oh my, Thorium is doing the dirty. 10 seconds left in this hill, and we are going to the next one right now, folks. 123 to 78 for the side of Vortex Purple.
Yeah, as you see, Vortex Purple as well has the early control of this new P2, as they are going to be spawning in the back, but it's going to be Hell in the front line for the side of GsPack, trying to hold on, waiting for the reinforcements out from the front line, and the Childs are going to come through. Scare with 1, Scare with 2, but Kryn and Seb with 2 as well. Voltic in a 1v1 situation here. He does actually have assistance with number 3. It's going to be Kryn. Actually, it's going to be Seb, but it's going to be the spawn of GsPack in the back. The favorable spawns are in their favor, but Voltic with the turn and burn. Voltic with 2. The gunfights are in favor of the boys of Vortex Purple. Oh my god, Voltic on a 4. He doesn't get to the 3-piece too. Voltic is doing it all, man. Dude, it's doing it all. Thorium, though, shuts him down. The Childs are coming in, but it's still Vortex Purple holding strong with about a 60-point lead here, as they are trying to stay strong. It's going to be Seb, though, getting 2. Seb almost with the third, but Kryn there with the assistance, but it is going to be an early P3 rotation in favor of the boys of Vortex Purple. That's going to be Scare in that mid cut, but it's going to be a double mid hit for the side of Vortex Purple. It could be number 7 playing spoiler. He does end up dropping, but it's going to be Seb pinching around from the mid. Down goes 2 for the side of Vortex Purple. It's going to be up to Holy Fighter. Holy Fighter trying to stay alive, waiting for some assistance. 2 players from mid for the side of Vortex Purple as well. The spawns are out for the side of GsPack. The gunfights are going in. Down goes 1. Down goes 2. Down goes Thorium as well. Actually, Thorium's going to be the last one standing, as he is going to be in that mid time, trying to play a little bit conservative, waiting for his teammates to spawn as they are spawning out in that deep den section. It's going to be 2 dead for GsPack, though. The side of Vortex Purple are just dominating.
Oh yeah, dominating in a style as well, getting those flashy kind of jump ups and grabbing those frags every once in a while. Thorium and crew are maybe able to string something together for this first hill, as they, never mind, as I say that, they're getting cut down. Player number 8 over here, that's Seb, might be able to catch one. That's Voltic off guard. He does indeed put some shots in, but it doesn't matter because Voltic said, hey, what are you doing? That is my side. That is my hill. You get turned and burned, and then Scare takes 2. Voltic with that third one as well. 4 in the feed, all in favor of Vortex Purple. We have 1 on the outside. He gets cut down as well. Same thing. Hell, what are you doing? He said, hey, Voltic, and then he gets taken down and out for the count. Voltic putting on some more shots, just dipping and dodging, going left, right, putting down shots. Ultimately gets taken down from that little area of the front window there, and then Aqua putting down a little bit of a, I guess, push here, going towards mid, going towards top, and little do they know they have 1 player that's on the right hand side. Are they going to spot him out? They do indeed spot him out, but he actually, player 8 is able to make his way around, putting down shots, not able to pull the killing shot into the side of Scare, and ultimately 10 seconds left in this hill, and oh my goodness gracious me, Scare doing the dirty business onto Thorium as we go into this reset. Oh my.
Yeah, you got 22 seconds left on this map, number 4, to, you know, close it out and tell the boys at GsPack to, you know, go next, and good luck next week, as, you know, this is potentially setting up to be a 3-1 victory, but, you know, it's never too late. You know, I witnessed a game last night go from, you know, a 200 to 60 point game to a 250 to like 247, I think it was. So, you know, it's never chalked. We're the Major Maniac. So the boys of GsPack are going to be in the time. Has only 20 seconds left for the set of Vortex Purple over here. It's going to be GsPack, though, trying to fly through the backside. Does end up getting 3, but it's going to be Kryn taking down Holy Fighter, fighting for the last 20 seconds of scrap. The boys of Vortex Purple cannot win off this hill, so we will see another rotation of P2, and it's going to be GsPack, though, putting down The gunfire, the turns and burns are coming through. It's going to be off to Voltic, though, in this P2 for the side of Vortex Purple, trying to apply as much pressure as he can. He does end up dropping, and it's going to be P2 in favor of the boys at GsPack. The gunfights in the kill feed are all green right now, ladies and gentlemen. Well, does GsPack have it, you know, deep inside themselves to come back? Or will Vortex Purple be able to hold strong and try to close out this map number 4?
It's never say never, but I mean, 233 and counting to 137. It's very difficult to negate, especially when you get those frag kills like that, just out of nowhere, getting those kills, getting that time, getting spawns, getting literally everything. Oh, actually, I take that back. Spawns maybe not in their favor, but they do have the flooded hill and they do have the time in their favor. So it's looking like it's all she wrote, folks. Last kill coming in, 250 for the side of Vortex Purple, and then 137 for the side of GsPack B, and that means they are packing their bags. This is all done and dusted. Map number 4 is the final one that we see today, folks. Vortex Purple taking this series 3-1 on Hardpoint Den.
You know, with that being said as well, then being able to close out this series 3-1. Unfortunately, they weren't able to really do that in the map number 3, which they were hoping for a 3-0. But you know, especially going into now that is the holiday break, you know, with a key victory, you know, to kind of, you know, feel good about yourself as a team and as individuals as well for, you know, their performances, you know, going into this break, obviously, because, you know, we got Christmas and stuff coming up.
Yep.
You know, come back from that break, also from the new year, you know, and hopefully you start off the new year on the right foot. You know, hopefully, you know, try to fix out some of the kinks you do have in that overload game mode if you're on the side of Vortex Purple, and then obviously work out some kinks that you may have for the side of GsPack. So other than that, you know, shout out to the players, shout out to both organizations as well. You know, it was also a pleasure to cast with you, Mr. Kryptonite, and you know, shout out to the producer Dre, you know, because the guy's a goat.
Oh yeah, definitely. Likewise, shout out to you, amazing cast as well, and then Raven and Dre, Prod, great producer, and teams. Thank you very much for, you know, putting this matchup for us, and we are excited to see what y'all bring into the, like we said, after the break. Always get those reps in, get that practice, and we'll see what the other side holds for everyone involved. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. Go ahead, hit that like, follow, sub, all that awesome jazz. Stay tuned for more matches, and yeah, I think that's all we've got for you today. I've been Kryptonite. With us, we have
Mr. Raven
and Dre and Prod. Thank you very much. And with that, take care. Peace.